how does corruption take form when it's so obvious? It's slow movements. It's like barely inching towards, total corruption and obedience, where you don't really see it coming. Next thing you know, like, oh, I have no other option but to get a chip in my hand, or have a social credit score that allows me to, fly in a plane. If I don't have a good one, then I got to ride on a bus or a train or a cab, or, I can drive. They want all electric cars. Your post on Facebook, kind of violated the government standard here. And also, we're going to freeze your bank account, or only let you, eat at this restaurant. Get groceries from this store, not like the nice, organic store. You're going to have to eat this shit over here, or eat insects or whatever the hell.
The Oreo store.
Yeah. We're not far from that if we don't stand for civil liberties. And people are always like, when I talk about, because I'm always been a big proponent of Ed Snowden, and people are like, well, I have nothing to hide. And I'm like, that is the fucking worst answer.
So I lost my son, essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
They don't even declare war. They just say we're going to spend $200 billion on a war with Russia, but we're going to get Ukraine to break the war. We're going to be able to sell all of our weapons to Ukraine because that's the deal. BlackRock owns Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, Boeing, Lockheed, all of the military contractors. They're making the money on the war. They have the contract for rebuilding Ukraine. They're going to make another $500 billion on that. And they're the big donor to the Democrat and Republican Party. And this whole thing is fixed and it's rigged. And they don't even have to come to us and say we're going to have another one of these wars. They just print the money. Larry Fink is buddies with the Fed, and it's all a very, very incestuous and corrupt problem.
They did this on purpose because they are Satanists. They want to corrupt your children. LGBT, they cannot have their own children, the gay people. They need your kids. When your kid goes to school and learns these things, you're going to be very angry that not enough people stood up and said that this is unacceptable.
I actually watched it. I think this tape was actually made before I met him. So he went and snuck in to this place where former presidents go. There's a photograph of it's Ronald Reagan with Herbert Walker Bush and a couple other people all standing around. And it's like, these are the people that used to hang out at this place, and they would put on robes and they would worship an owl god, and they would burn an effigy. And they're playing, and Alex snuck in and made video footage of this shit.
Very hypocritical of her to actually pretend like she's expressing concern about young people being that concerned and they're not having kids. She has before, and we've played the clip plenty of times on this show, talked about, when she's talking about the litany of measures that they're taking as a government to fight climate change, she's talked about reducing the population, saying that means we can breathe cleaner air, it's just a better world for everyone. She has literally said that is one of the measures that they are pursuing.
And of course, there's only one topic she loves more than population reduction because of climate change, and that's abortion, which is her favourite thing in the world.
So massive population reduction right there.
This is at odds with Kamala Harris's undying support of trans people, even appearing on RuPaul's Drag Race to drum up support for her campaign.
Dude, all these alt media sites getting almost exclusively all their traffic from Facebook. So that's a pretty easy solution, right? To the left, to the establishment. How do you stop all these right-wing publications? You shut off their Facebook revenue. So Mark Zuckerberg came in, and you had the first adpocalypse and shutdown, where he shut down all the right-wing pages. It's called, freedom of speech but not reach. Okay, it's this new liberal policy where you can exist, but we demonetize you. That's the first step of censorship. Second step is limiting how much your post can actually reach their core audience, right? And basically said if they were going to create this new news